This beautiful view of London you see here is courtesy of the rooftop deck of the home of the English Football Association. Founded in 1863, we're standing in the birthplace of football in the world, and the U.S. players started arriving on Thursday to get prepared for their second ever match at Wembley Stadium. The first ever match between the footballing nations is by far the most memorable on both sides of the Atlantic. Joe Gaetjens delivered the second shot heard round the world between the countries, scoring the only goal in the USA's shock 1-0 defeat of England at the 1950 World Cup. England claimed the next 4 results before the U.S. fired back on home soil, once again stunning the world with a 2-0 win in Boston on June 9, 1993. In its first match following the successful 1994 World Cup, the USA made its first and only visit to Wembley Stadium.
Well, it was our first game back together after the World Cup game against Brazil, so you know, we hadn't played a game in a while, but coming over here to England and being able to play at Wembley with the great tradition and the history of players who had played there, having heard so much about the stadium and the field and knowing that England is always a good team was, you know, another great environment for an American player to walk out on that field and think of the great tradition. There's a lot of great stadiums around the world, and I think Wembley definitely is up there as one of those great stadiums because of the tradition and all the great performances that have been played there and all the great players that have played there.
It would be another 11 years before the teams kicked a ball in anger, squaring off at historic Soldier Field in Chicago as the U.S. prepared for a summer of World Cup qualifiers. While England earned the edge in a 2-1 victory in front of more than 47,000 fans, it was a young Clint Dempsey who grabbed the spotlight in his 6th appearance for the U.S., scoring his first international goal for the United States.
Yeah, my first goal scored against England. I think Carlos Bocanegra, he had a shot, I don't know if it might have been a header, I'm not quite sure, but James made a save and just came back to me. I was right place, right time, put it on frame, and was able to get my first goal. So good feeling scoring against a big team, and you know, I think we've come a long way as a team because we have more players playing in Europe now, so more players are more confident. Where in that game, I think people are a little intimidated. So I think that'll be the difference going into this game. I mean, it's going to be difficult, obviously, playing against England, but also in their backyard. But you want to play in these type of games to better yourself as a player and as a team.
The U.S. has started 2008 in fine fashion, unbeaten in 3 matches, including a comprehensive 3-0 victory against Poland in Krakow. The performances have given the squad a boost of confidence heading into the critical World Cup qualifiers this summer. And for U.S. captain Carlos Bocanegra, while the experiences have been good, it's the results that have proved most telling.
It's been a good year so far for us. You know, we've been undefeated this year. We've played some good games, you know, in Poland and against Mexico with big crowds. And, you know, while we're getting experience, we're also winning these games. You know, a lot for the younger guys that are coming in to play and haven't really played in big games like this and gained the experience, you know, on the road against a good European team or at home against Mexico with 80,000 fans, and it's usually, you know, not pro-U.S. So that stuff's invaluable, but the thing is we're winning with those. And, you know, so the guys are doing a really good job. It builds confidence, you know, going into the qualifying. You know, winning the games, everybody talks about winning in Europe now, and I think that's kind of all of us playing Europe now. So it's not that big a thing to be playing on European soil. So I think that question is a bit overrated now with everyone keeps talking about it. But winning the games, regardless of where we are, it, you know, breeds confidence in the team. It brings a sense of camaraderie. And when you win, everybody seems to be enjoying themselves a lot more. So, you know, just little things like that, it keeps the spirits up. But, you know, regardless, so we're going to have some setbacks. We'll lose a few games before, but, you know, we know we've won these games and we've battled in tough situations. And, you know, and we can grab from that when things get tough for us. And we're on the road in Guatemala and it's 100 degrees and we're down 1-0 at halftime. You know, things like this will help us out.
Well, I think this is going to be the toughest 3-game stretch we've ever faced, really, if you think about it. We'll come out of this, whether we win, lose, or draw, well prepared, simply because we're playing the best competition in the world at the moment. England, Spain, and Argentina, arguably, are 3 of the harder teams you could ever possibly face. So, with all due respect to Barbados, these games will have us playing at such a high level.
You can't really ask for 3 better friendlies than this over a summer. And tough teams like this, you know, your true colors come out. Big games, you got to step up to the plate, and you know, I think we'll find out a lot about ourselves with these 3 games. And you know, later on down the road in qualifying, you know, like I said, we can take back from these games, and we did well as a team together, and it'll just, you know, breed confidence there.